On the way to the knowledge of the truth, a person goes through three stages. First, everything is clear. The second, nothing is clear. Thirdly, something is gradually clearing up. Lando. The book, The Found Atlantis, The Secret of the Land of the Caucasus, is a work of the esoteric genre. The author relies on a biblical and mythological texts and gives them the appearance of a real story. He divided this work into two parts because he believes that there are people who are only interested in mystical questions, and there are people who are only interested in scientific research. For those who are interested in both issues, the author has tried to link religious texts with scientific research. Among the chapters of the first book, the most mystical is one in which the earth is described as a living organism and speaks of 7 single deities who control all life on earth. The author completely rejects the model of the internal structure of the earth, which is proposed by scientists, and replaces it with a completely different theory, according to which all existing planets are hollow spheres. In the book, the author presents his own version of why ancient civilizations considered the Earth to be a flat object, while they themselves said that our planet is spherical. This topic is so interesting and so sacred that the reader should read everything carefully, because it is this question that brings the author to the existence of an underground civilization, which will be discussed in this book. He claims that there is a city of God on earth, made entirely of gold and precious stones. In this work, he tells about the great secrets of the underground and ancient civilization that existed and exists there, trying to show us the underworld, its beauty and functionality. The book deals with the topic of the flood, where the author simply describes the flood and its result, which is paradoxically different from the versions available today. He will show us how great people appeared on earth after the flood. The work reflects historical facts related to the exodus of the Israelites from Egypt, where the author changes the address of the fertile land and replaces it with the Caucasian region. This chapter discusses the relationship between the Jewish and Iberian people. He ignores the meeting place of God and Prophet Moses on Mount Sinai and moves the frames to another place, which you will learn about by reading the book. Then we are talking about the phenomenon of the God and the Superman, who created civilizations on earth. The author himself says, "For a long time I had to think why the existing religions considered the previous ones not true religions. Man was created by God, and he himself is their teacher. He believes that those people and their generation who met God could not live with the wrong religion. Therefore, it is wrong to say that people used to lead a wrong religious life. Civilizations in the distant past have always talked about such things, which suggests that somewhere there must have been a center of a single civilization, from which secret knowledge spread, left in the distant past on Earth by ancient civilizations. The author considers the purpose of a human life. He connects their current state with the loss of those ancient knowledge, about which modern man has no idea. The author says, if it were not for the emerald tablets, a person would probably never have known that Superman who created all civilizations on Earth. the one who built the pyramids and taught people the way to the light. If not for these texts, man wouldn't even have a rough idea of the seven spirits that create and govern everything in the universe. Also about the first source, to which the seven obey and fulfill his will. In the book, he tells about pyramids and ziggurats, and presents a version of why ancient civilizations created such structures. You will finally understand why the ancient civilizations considered the earth to be a flat object. Let's figure out what Sumerians, Egyptians, and biblical prophets wrote about. In this book, you will learn about completely different approach to the ancient texts, which will reveal the secrets that have been hidden from people for thousands of years. The first book ends with the Secret Land of Kartli, where the author discusses in detail the activities of Saint Nino. This book sheds light on many hidden questions. Those who read this book intellectually will surely understand that the Bible is not only the history of the Jews, but he brought us information about lost civilizations, about those who lived in a world illuminated by divine light. The second book discusses the relationship between religion and science. The author tried to understand at least a little how creativity can be created with words. In this chapter, he draws a parallel between the word and the DNA molecule. The author is trying to show us how to revive the original language. He opposes the views of scientists on a number of issues and puts forward his own versions. Those who are interested in secret knowledge would do well to read this book wisely. The author himself often said, "Who is not interested in mysticism, he won't have a bright future." However, an unprepared approach to these issues can backfire. The author asks the reader not to rush when reading the book, as he believes that the themes of esoteric genre should be read at least twice. Due to the complexity of the material, the author apologizes in advance for some minor inaccuracies. He hopes that analyses and approaches to texts, such those presented in this book, will arouse a thirst for knowledge left by both biblical and ancient civilizations, necessary for the upliftment of the spirit that has fallen into material existence. The book uses Sumerian mythological texts, about which the author often says, "If not for this, the best work of Dzhokhadze, there wouldn't have been those results that were realized thanks to his book." The author believes that the time will soon come, and young people will appear in the Caucasus and other countries who will practically implement in life the sacred questions that are theoretically given in this book. He believes that the prophecy of the 23rd Psalm will be fulfilled. Psalm 23. Who may ascend the hill of the Lord? Who may stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, who doesn't lift up his soul to an idol or swear by what is false. He will receive blessings from the Lord and vindication from God his Savior. Such is the generation of those who seek him, who seek your face, O God of Jacob. Selah. The author says, people should learn about the secret hidden under the Caucasian ridge for thousands of years. Caucasians must understand once and for all on what land they live and whose descendants they are. The author believes that the one who knows and deeply understands the questions presented in the book will easily survive the onset of the Age of Light. The author says, people should learn about the secret that have been hiding for years under the Caucasus Range.